I feel like we all have something in common. You and I have something in common. We have some sort of control over our life. We wake up and we decide on what we're gonna do the moment that we wake up and decide on what we're gonna do. Life is very simple, but it's kind of complicated. You see, we all want to control everything, but life actually gets easier when you let go of the things that you can't control and control the things that you can control. Let me give you an example. He who thinks he's a writer is a writer. He who claims himself to be a loser is a loser. They're both right. You know what I'm saying? You can't be wrong if you're telling yourself something because you're right. You know what I'm saying? You're literally creating your own reality based off of the words that you're telling yourself. But a lot of people want to become something. They want more control over their life. They want more self-control, which is an amazing thing. Because the more control you have over your life or over the things that you can control, I feel that you will be at a more pleasant state of mind, a state of mind that you would like. I'm not even trying to complicate things. So one of the things that really helped me understand that I had to let go was that these people that I was coming across, or even I was finding myself in situations where I just wasn't seeing the best of myself. And I know what I'm capable of, and you have to start somewhere. Becoming the best version of yourself requires a lot of goodbyes. And that doesn't just have to be with people. You gotta say goodbye to these places. You gotta say goodbye to these thoughts. You gotta say goodbye to these scenarios that you keep replaying in your head. It's not to say goodbye like I gotta forget about them. It's much more of making peace of what that was and accepting that for what it is, and accepting that pain as an opportunity for more growth. You know, accepting that, you know, life had to be this way for it to be this way. But he who sees his problems as a bad thing is going to see his problems as a bad thing. But if you change your mind, if you change your perspective, if you try really hard, he who sees his life as beautiful sees a beautiful life. It's not complicated. It's just we taught ourselves back to a lot of different things that have really hurt us, or we fall back into the old spaces and the old places simply because we feel that we belong in those things that we can't control. But you actually can control how you let these things affect you. You can control your reaction. And that's one of the most important things in this life. This morning I actually got yelled at for taking too long in the shower. She didn't really yell at me, it was just how she came off, but it was my reaction. I could have reacted in a negative way. I could have sparked up something. But in this life, you have to realize that you should not take things so seriously. At the end of the day, speaking for somebody else, you never really know what's going on inside of your head. So I know it's my responsibility to keep my composure and to control my mind and control my actions, because he who has a calm mind has a calm mind. But he who doesn't have a calm mind does uncalm-minded things. It's very simple. Each action that you take each and every single day determines your life. You know, I've been really struggling with the things that, not struggling, because you have to speak more positive of your life. If you keep saying that you're trying to do something, then I don't think you're really making progress. Because if you really were trying, you would see the results. I have been doing better with the things that I feel were out of my control. For example, lust. I feel like everybody struggles with lust, and this is a big topic. So, the first few days, struggling with lust, let me tell you, it's a mind battle. It's not even so much the physical battle, but your body is so used to these things, your body is so used to being controlled this way that you kind of feel that you have no control. But one day at a time, you keep stepping on that thing that you feel you have no control. You realize that your mind is stronger than what you think it is. That whatever you consume, whatever you feed yourself, is you kind of will spit that back out into your own world. We can only control what we consume. We can only control what we do or think or what we say. So if you're trying to be this person free of lust, and I wouldn't even necessarily say that you're free of it, because we were kind of born into it. You know what I'm saying? It talks about that in the Bible, but I think it's much more of like a realization that I don't have to react to how my body feels. I don't have to react to my pleasure desires, pleasure-driven desires. If I say I'm not a lustful man, then I'm not a lustful man. I have to move in that. You see, your identity can shift in the time of the snap of your finger. It's really up to you to decide on who makes these decisions though. And we can easily be influenced because I guess we like to do that thing. And a lot of things that we don't want to do, or a lot of things that we're trying to stop doing, they're often always spoken about or brought up in conversations. Oh my God, I just cracked her. Oh my God, bro, I just smoked this blunt. Oh my God, I'm high as a... You know, it's kind of like, okay, well, I have the control over what I'm gonna do. I can't necessarily always control I can't necessarily always control what comes into my life. I can't always control the things that happen, but I know that if I control my reactions, if I take care of myself and take care of my space and take care of my soul, you know, then I do have control over that. He who has a calm mind has a calm mind. You are the person who determines that. It's not up to what other people think. You know, the moment that you give your heart to somebody else, you're basically saying that they have the keys to the car. But you have everything that you need for yourself. Don't forget about the space that you take up. The space that you take up is the only space that you really can control. Obviously, you're gonna get a girl. You're gonna get, some of us have parents, close friends. Yeah, it's natural to care about those things. But at the end of the day, you can't really control what they do. You can only go based off of their actions. And I think we both know when it's time to say goodbye. But if you guys are having an amazing friendship, and do what you can to control yourself. Do what you can to set healthy boundaries. Do what you can to not lose yourself in the process. Don't let your emotions control who you are as a person. Because a lot of these things are very temporary, and a lot of these things we have to learn to allow them to pass. I don't really feel that it's beneficial for you to stay in that emotion, to stay in this vibe. That's not really helping you. So, yeah, it's just a thought. But I really appreciate y'all for staying to the end. If you really watched it, if you really enjoyed this, man, comment something that you love about yourself. Love y'all. Have a good one.